Hello, MotoAmerica fans. It's time for another episode of Off Track with Carruthers and Bice. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you may even learn something from this unlikely pair and their special guest. The mic is yours, Paul and Sean.
Hey, MotoAmerica fans, we're here with another special edition of our Off Track with Carruthers and Bice podcast. Carruthers is on the other end of the table with me, and we're here with CFE Racing, which stands for Coolest Fans Ever, or maybe the F stands for something else. I don't know. What do you think, Paul?
I think it stands for something else. Come on.
Let's get on the line. We'll start out with Nick on the end there. Dookie, introduce yourself and say where you're from.
From Pennsylvania, Harrisburg. Nickname's El Duque.
El Duque.
My name is Chris Rutledge from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't really have a nickname. Just call me whatever. I'll definitely respond.
My name is Tim. I'm from Harrisburg, PA, and just don't call me late for dinner.
That's right.
So anybody that doesn't even know who they are, it's like if you've seen a MotoAmerica race, especially here at New Jersey, which is your home race,
Yeah, sure.
and then also at Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Pittsburgh.
These are the crazy idiots at the podium ceremony that are screaming and the riders jump into their arms. And
Yeah.
they've been doing it. I guess this is your 10-year
10th year.
anniversary.
This is the 10th anniversary.
Sir.
Yes.
Did you start at this
We
track?
started this track right here. Yeah.
That was before MotoAmerica.
AMA.
No, it actually, it was an AMA, yes.
That wasn't
And,
very good then.
No, it was actually phenomenal.
I'm kidding. I was here too, just in a different capacity.
I mean, MotoAmerica's doing phenomenal, obviously. But I mean, like that day was awesome because like it was so busy that day that they actually had to bus people in from down.
It was crazy.
So I mean, it was.
We parked our bikes all the way past the VIP lounge.
Yeah.
And they gave us little kickstand pads to put our bikes on. And then we got on a bus and then came up here and we're like, wow, this is the craziest thing ever, you know?
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've been hooked. Of course, the next year was a totally different story. It was a little weird. We didn't know what happened. We didn't get bussed in. We drove in. And so we didn't know what happened at that time. And then after that, we just slowly been coming to every event since then.
So what year would that have been when you guys?
09. This is
2009.
last year of
09.
Matt Mladen.
Okay, so Matt Mladen. So 10. Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah.
That there'd be that much of a difference. But you guys had never been to a race
Never.
before that first time.
It was the first one.
No, 2009.
But you were motorcyclist riders?
for sure, yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Okay.
He came up with the idea. He called us up and said, hey, let's go to a race. And we're like, well, where's it at? He's like, Jersey. I was like, let's just do it. So, and it's just been like a brotherhood ever since. And it's just something where we can get away and hang out and enjoy. So,
Can you start calling more people?
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we try to have fun. You know what I mean? Like we want to get people to have more fun. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I mean?
does make that. It makes it
you know what
fun.
I mean?
You guys do a
And,
good job over there. I noticed, like you start out in the morning and it's pretty mellow, and then by the end of the day, like it doesn't seem like anybody's capable of even walking over there. Is that true?
things like that's possible.
It tends to happen,
yeah,
right?
It tends to happen. I don't know what it is. Something that in the Jersey water and in Pittsburgh
You're
water.
probably overserved by somebody.
Yeah, it's probably that guy.
I think part of it too, and you guys that have heard our podcast know that I sometimes throw out some kind of crazy nugget of knowledge, I call it, but Paul has a different name for it about, what we're talking about. Well, I will say something about Harrisburg. Harrisburg, of course, is where 3 Mile Island is.
Yeah, it is.
And I think this is before you guys were born, but I remember it happened to be on my birthday, which was July 13th. Something happened in Harrisburg. Is that why you guys are kind of crazy? Tell us about the background of that.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, so my mom definitely knew about that.
Okay.
I was born, and I know my mom said, I guess they loaded us up in the car and took us out because the TMI reactor was getting ready to melt down or whatever.
It did actually melt down.
That's why I'm probably the little.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if nuclear fallout has led to the enthusiasm
Is that
you
what
guys
makes
have
you
for
shave
racing.
names in the back of your head?
I think that's probably it. And
I'm going to move away from San
listen, I
Onofre
won't lie, I
then.
did a lot of swimming in the Susquehanna River and fishing, and of course TMI dumps everything into that. So I'm part of that.
Have we shown El Duque's back of his head yet?
We gotta see it today.
Yeah, we need to show it.
Just wrap a little bit of
So if you guys have seen a lot of the videos, like Paul had said, you'll see these guys. They're always around the winner's circle, and it almost doesn't matter who wins. They're just having a good time, and they want the riders to spray them in the face with champagne. You don't really care, do you? You guys are totally into it.
We love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like earlier. Like we just want to see, like it's always easy to have somebody look at those guys. Like, look at them. Those guys are weird guys. You know what I mean? They're having fun.
Yeah.
Let's have fun like those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
You know what I mean?
agree.
So
We're just trying to
it
make
makes it easier
everybody-
for everybody else to have fun too.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just what we want to do. We want to make MotoAmerica huge, you know, obviously, and get more people up at the podium and just have fun. You know, go out there. The racers are humble guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They walk around. They say hi to you. You can't get that anywhere else.
And they've totally accepted you guys.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
awesome
yeah,
to see.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you've
exactly,
actually became
yeah.
friends with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like best buddies.
Yeah.
Like I tell these guys when we leave home, we're not leaving. We're going to our next family.
Yeah.
It's a different
Right.
family.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
everyone here is
That's the way I look at it too. You know, I got my stepbrother down there that I get to see.
Yeah,
Brothers
great-
from
he's a great guy.
entirely different mothers and fathers
Exactly. That's right.
and continents.
That's right. Kindness. Yeah, but you know how I feel about kangaroos, though. Art.
I also want to compliment you on throwing your birthday out there so people can start sending you presents. And that always can
That
try.
was a cheap plug.
I always
I
don't know why I remember.
Yeah.
I always remember there was a meltdown in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania
Yeah,
on my
nice.
birthday. I think it might have been 77 or something like that. Does that sound right? Or is
So
that
So not actually your birthday.
I'm going to say it was in that area.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was sometime around
I
there.
can't remember.
are you
100%.
guys, so you're obviously a Phillies fan. Are you guys all Phillies fans?
No.
Okay.
No.
I grew up all over the place. I'm a Cubs fan. Baseball.
Cubs?
Yeah.
No, looking for baseball.
Okay, how
Yeah.
about football? You guys all Eagles fans?
No.
I'm a Buffalo's
I'm all
Bills
Philly.
fan.
He's all Philly. I'm a 49er fan. Like I'm kind of all over the place, like I said.
You're-
So.
He's
Don't-
all wrong.
This guy should be a Seattle Seahawks fan.
No,
You see
no,
why?
no.
Mr.
No,
Russell.
no, no.
Mr.
Yeah,
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah,
right
Wilson
here.
in the house.
Someone
We should've
special.
said
We're a celebrity right here, people.
No, I actually do hear that a lot, but nah.
I always
Seahawks
said
fan.
that first time I saw you. It's like I couldn't believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody looks like somebody else to me most of the
Yeah,
time,
I
so
got
that's
you.
kind of
Yeah,
why
I
I
do
do
the
it
same
that
Why
way.
you
way.
want to
Sure.
talk to him in the first place?
I was like, hey, it's Russell Wilson. I wanted definitely. No, I
Should've
think
just gone with it.
Oh, yeah,
no,
I
I
should've.
think El Duque was the one. I think you were the first time
For
I
sure.
met
Yes.
you. I think you were the one that stood out so much because you have that booming voice when you
Oh,
get
yeah.
Sure
going.
does.
It's like
It's a bit of
Josh it's the craziest thing. And as a special treat this weekend, you probably already know this, but Josh Hayes is back. He's racing this weekend.
Oh, he is?
Yes,
I
he
didn't
is.
know that either. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I didn't
He's
see
gonna
that.
be he's gonna be racing Melissa's R6 again. So
All
amazing. That's
Hunter's out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hunter's
yeah.
out, so he's going to
That
get on
just
the bike.
makes sense.
And he figured you guys were here, so, you know.
Yeah.
he
Yeah, of
couldn't
course.
do
It's
it.
only right. It's only right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's my favorite one is the Garrett.
Girl off, Garrett, girl off. Yeah. The kid's on fire right now, you know. It's just
he is,
awesome to
yeah.
see him smile, you know,
Yeah.
because I know there for a while, like he was a little bit bummed out. You could tell that he was maybe just wasn't, used to, some of the things that were going on, but he's back up on top, and
He came back strong.
it's great to see him smile.
And he kind of
It
did
really
that
is.
in super sport, like it
Yes.
took him a while, and then
Yeah.
once he
Once
started winning,
Exactly.
he just like there was no
Yeah,
stopping.
He's
him.
like,
it's gonna
pulls
be crazy to see
The
what
pin out
happens
of
this
the hand
weekend.
grenade and he's gone.
Yeah.
So I have to tell the people, like me and this guy here, we have this long running bet for beer. And it's never been paid off.
No,
it's just
it never
like, how
has.
many do you owe me? It's like, 46 beers or whatever.
But I was up quite
No,
some time.
you
Last year I was up. a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
were up. So I have Cameron Bobier, and he has Josh Heron. So I think he owes me like a keg at this point.
So
think
yeah,
it
so,
is. So
I do. I didn't quite bring a cake because I couldn't carry it.
No, I wouldn't want a whole
But
keg.
long story short is, I did actually get some beers. Now, these guys are gonna probably bust on me for the beers that I get you.
man.
But and I do apologize here.
Because we kept them on ice all night for
Okay,
you.
so I got you a good East Coast beer here. Okay, so we got a nice Dogfish Head Pumpkin Ale. Okay,
Hey, right in time
Tis
for the season.
Yeah. Tis the season.
This is the
So
season.
I think it'd be really right.
Some pumpkin ale.
You know what's really bad about this?
So I feel like Paul, you should crack one open.
Crack
You know
one
what?
open.
We have a
Bottle
little- no,
opener?
That's what I was just going to tell you. He
These aren't twist offs.
There's not twist off. See, it's actually good beer. So
So do we have a ball opener?
no, but I can definitely get it open.
Or we can do we have a beer in there that's
Yeah, we
twist
can.
off?
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
got it. And I'll save this just for me.
Later in the
Tuck that one
hotel
away.
room.
Put that one back in there.
So I actually should probably give Cameron Bovier one or two.
Yeah. So
He earned them for me.
Yeah, he did, and I love Bobier, obviously. Bobier is a phenomenal rider. I
So
remember back when
I don't know how we started on the whole betting thing.
I know, I've been trying
I
to
think
think
you were
about it.
mouthing off.
Yeah,
probably.
I was. Yeah, that's probably
So it
you're
wouldn't
right.
be me. I don't have a big mouth
no, you-
whatsoever.
no, no,
I'm
no.
very modest and calm.
For sure, yeah.
No.
So it had to have been you. And you talked me into
It
these
was.
bets, and now I'm grateful because now I win.
Yeah.
You're up.
But you're right. I was losing there for a while,
I
but
love
I
how he
don't.
rubs it in, right?
Like in a nice way.
But so
You're up a
you've been a herring guy.
I mean, I always love Hank. I mean, ever since, first coming to the races here, like back when he was teammates with, the late Tommy Aquino, you know what I mean? It's just awesome to see, like, that by far was the best teammate, like, just
Herring.
Seriously,
perfect. It was the best. And, something about Josh Herring, you know what I mean? He's your average guy. And he goes out there and he just destroys everybody else. He's the fastest guy out there.
Tommy did well here. Tommy won here
Yes.
1 year at the end.
Tommy did,
last race of the year.
Tommy did. Yeah, Tommy definitely won. And I think about it all the time. Obviously, he was a very, very good guy. But I think with just the first year being here in 09, seeing these guys, like those racers, and seeing them on TV and then seeing them in person, nothing's changed. You know what I mean? They're just great guys to talk to, and you can talk to them, and
I get the feeling if Herring wasn't racing, he'd actually be in your CFE there.
Yeah, when he got out of Moto2 when they fired him.
They booted him?
Yeah, they booted him. He actually came at Jersey under our tent. And was hanging out with us.
Yeah, he was
Just-
hanging out with us the whole day.
That's all the other sports out there. I know it's cool, and there's a lot of great sports out there to watch. But I don't think there's one sport where I feel like you can connect with the professional. We're just fans. We're no one special, but every one of them treat you just
your family.
like family.
You guys, though, isn't it amazing? You think about like when he was in Moto2, and I mean, he was popular before he went over there, but he went over there and he came back. And to your point, he wanted to come back into paddock. So he saw you guys, and his popularity has gone nuts.
Oh,
I mean,
sure,
we know
definitely.
from social media. And I mean, do you think it's just because of the way he's accessible, and you guys feel like he's a friend of yours, and all fans kind of feel that way?
Just a likable guy.
Yeah.
he's very likable.
Guy.
I feel like him being on an attack team was a big part of it because he didn't
Right, he's
have
an underdog and all that.
Yeah, he's
sure.
an underdog.
The underdog, yeah.
Coming with that R1S, and coming
oh,
out
yeah.
that was just
Like
that
your
helped.
everyday rider bike.
You always
yeah,
want
it's
the
just amazing.
underdog.
Go out and do it.
Always want the underdog to
Yeah.
win, and
Yeah.
I just
It's
think
awesome.
in that team he could maybe post things that he couldn't do on a factory team.
Right.
So I think that helped him, and I think a lot of things in the world we have to worry about what we say, and I think on
And
that
he
team
doesn't.
he didn't have to worry about it. He
Right.
could just
Nah.
let it go, and that made people like bond with him. Like, wow, he's a real person. He's not some god or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though he is,
Yeah.
So Chris, let me ask you, being that you were you're a Heron fan, are you a Yoshimura Suzuki Heron fan?
Actually, I'm wearing the.
I don't wanna
Of course, I'm
talk
wearing the
about
hat.
this, but yeah,
I'm wearing the shirt.
Because you bleed Yamaha,
You know,
right?
so
yeah.
So I mean, it's just like we said earlier. Like I love every single team out there. I love Wyman. On a Ducati, it's awesome what he's doing. I love back when Uribe was out there too. I like watching a Honda out there. Like I love watching different manufacturers out there. It doesn't really matter. I love riders. You know what I mean? It's they're out there.
Even when they lose and it costs you some beer.
You know what? Honestly, like I'll buy you a 6-pack every single race if I could.
Oh, I remember that.
If it came down to me watching, these guys out there race. So I mean, it's just awesome. You know what I mean? Like we actually went from coming to New Jersey one time a year to
3 races.
3 races now. New Jersey, then Pittsburgh, and then Virginia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, actually
that's right.
Virginia,
Yeah.
and then Pittsburgh, then here.
Which is I'm so not good with geography
No,
back
you're
here.
right.
Yeah.
I just
So
live in California. I just know where I live, and that's about it.
This
So
is our closest.
Right,
Yeah,
and
for
which
sure.
one's the farthest?
Virginia,
VIR?
is, yeah.
And it's miserable.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but
After a long weekend.
VIR was the one, wasn't it? Was it last year, the VIR? Nick, you were dancing with the
Yeah.
band.
My legs and stuff.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I woke up the next morning and I don't even know if I could walk.
Was that trying to do like the limbo or whatever, right?
Yeah, and I always go low for some reason. I don't know what it is about.
You were going low. You were doing some limbo, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Is
That's
that
in
recall?
Pittsburgh too. 'Cause he
That's
was
just
hot
what I
in
do.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's bad. Yeah, Pittsburgh's crazy.
I can't do that this weekend. I got a bum knee, so
Because of that.
Oh, it's gonna stay high.
I would just be standing upright.
So no dancing for him.
So
Yes.
tell us about the shirts. I mean, they're familiar to me.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
So you guys, those are authentic team shirts. But you guys, did you go and have the CFE put on them? I mean,
So, yeah, so
tell us about that.
I'll tell you a little story.
Yeah,
so,
tell us.
So I said we should do. They all said let's do
thirsty.
our. Yeah, you should do it. You should do. I said we should do our own team shirts, and then they're like, yeah. So I was like, I'll just call Outer Circle. So I called them one morning, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you can really do this. I said, look, we're MotoAmerica super fans. We just want our own shirts. We love Yamaha, and we just want to make our own thing. And I was like, but can we take a Yamaha shirt and maybe like cut some of the stuff out and we'll put our stuff in? And she's like, well, yeah, I think we can work. And I was like, Ron Heben, I know him. And she's like, oh, yeah, I know Ron.
Oh, you know Ron Heben.
I think that's how we got in.
Heben, Ron's a great guy.
Ron's
amazing man. Amazing
Ron
man.
seen the shirts and he goes, how do you get them? I said, I think I used your name. And he's like, he goes, we don't care. You're good on that one.
Wasn't there a time, didn't Ron actually give you some team shirts at one point?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Ron and the whole Yamaha team. And
they're all amazing.
even, Roger Hayden.
Yeah.
He gave a Suzuki shirt, a hat, and stuff like that. We got a couple of them. So listen.
Yeah, because you guys used to ride him pretty hard.
Oh, we rode him hard, and I feel that. I always loved him. He always, kind of wanted to.
Because I was a herring guy. I mean, they got into it a little bit here and there, but it's all love.
They crashed him out. He's like, I don't like Roger, and then he ended up falling in love.
He loves him now.
How can you like the guy?
Listen,
Exactly.
I like
seriously,
Roger,
you cannot. So.
He's an amazing guy.
But
He would have had a miserable night last night with his Bears.
Oh yeah.
They scored 3 points.
Very
That's
true.
pretty bad.
Sorry, Raj.
yeah, sorry, Roger.
No, the shirts looked a little brighter than I think, because those are from a few years ago. So that's amazing. You were able to do that, make that happen. That's impressive
For sure, yeah.
CFE, and tell us how you got the CFE. Who coined that for you?
You got
Yeah, so
Tell us the story.
Trig Westby.
great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very,
Awesome.
very good guy, obviously. So he gave us a name, and I don't know. Yeah,
rolled with it.
Well, just
coolest
it's-
fans ever.
Yeah, it's not. It could be fans. It could be friends. It might be something else
Might
in
be
the middle.
effing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, so
something else.
like whenever he says something to you, it just sticks. You know what I mean? It just sticks to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the way he said it, it just like he meant it when he
You
said
couldn't
it. So
deny
it
it.
just made sense, So we kind of went with it.
Yeah.
Before we were Turn 5 crew, because we're always up here in Turn 5.
Yeah.
One of the best spots here in NJMP to watch, I think, personally. But
And that's where you'll be this weekend?
yeah, we'll be there in Turn 5 this weekend.
Yeah.
Perfect
Anyone
spot.
out there,
Yeah.
should come down.
Yeah,
So it'd be
for
kind of
sure.
cool if the fans group actually had fans. It'd be like the groupies having
I
groupies.
think there are fans. I think there
You
are
take
fans
that.
in these
Yeah,
fans.
Listen, I won't lie to
I
you.
think you do.
I think we have a lot more. Like, I won't lie to you. Pittsburgh, we had a couple people come up, but one guy I just remember. He's like, my daughter's gonna be mad that I didn't bring her, and you guys are here.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
So
Well,
he
That guy
That's
should be
terrific.
breathing a sigh of relief right now. Because I wouldn't let my daughter anywhere near you guys.
it's like those guys are fun.
no. So we hear
but-
it all the time, just little things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like one of the things is, I mean, like this guy's daughter is like up at the winter circle, like it's the best thing in the world to see like a little kid like kind of push his way up, and like we always usually put him on Tim's shoulders because Tim's always like the biggest guy, you know what I mean? So so he
He's
usually
got a
holds
good base.
Steroids.
So, but I mean, just like but just seeing the kids out here. I mean, like there's so many young these like young there's so many young kids out here. This mini GP out here.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. Brandon Posh did that.
Yes,
years ago.
that's
Now,
true. Yes, he
Brandon
did.
Posh is out there.
Yeah.
He did his first MotoGP race.
And he's 8 feet tall now.
Yeah,
but
So I mean, like, there's like things
Yeah,
like
he's
that that I
tall,
love
sure.
to see. So I mean, like kids like that is what's gonna make it better later on.
No, I totally
You know what I mean?
agree.
So
You know,
that's the reason why we.
Speaking of kids, okay, I don't know if it was in Brian J. Nelson's photo gallery that we look at, but you guys, there's a picture of you lifting a kid, and I think is that Junior, the kid with the blue shirt on?
Junior.
There's a kid known as Junior. He's got
Okay.
a southern accent. He goes to a lot of the rounds. He's kind of a super fan too.
Okay.
And it looked like it was him. Do you know who that kid was?
We pick up a lot of kids. I won't lie to you. We
In a
do.
good way.
No, we do.
We don't have a sprinter van.
We're not giving out candy or
It's
anything.
not an ice cream truck.
No, but yeah, we see them come up and we feel bad because we're way tall, so let's let them get up. So
Get 'em
we
in.
usually move them in front of us or pick them up.
Yeah.
Or, like now we can get in like the little VIP area, so we kind of pick them up over and put them into the VIP area so they can get closer. And hopefully we can spark that
little fire.
craziness out of them, and hopefully
For
they'll
sure.
be like, I want to be like that guy, that racer. I want to be I want people like this rooting for me,
Yeah.
and just
For sure.
just
And you
blows.
guys have had, I think probably it was Heron, but you've had riders jump in your arms too, right?
all
I mean,
the
was it
time.
Heron?
Definitely, yeah.
We got one last week.
Yeah.
Wherever we were.
Even
Earl.
Tony,
Earl,
didn't Tony
yeah.
do it?
Tony actually poured some champagne.
In the mouth.
Very,
Yeah, and-
very
yeah.
gently too.
Yeah.
He was really nice about that. I thought he was just gonna pour the whole bottle, and I was gonna.
I thought he'd break the neck off.
Jamie Daddy. No, but yeah, he was. Yeah, it was awesome.
These guys even started like they'll heckle my name every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
Doing my
We
extremely
definitely got to get on
job.
Paul a little bit.
You have it easy, Paul. So we were trying to make you.
There you go, on edge.
Yeah, make you twitch a little
About
bit.
that.
I think the coolest person that we had up. There's two of them, but I think the one was Keith McCarty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
because my boss used to work with him a long time ago, and he's like, you did what? I'm like, yeah. We had him in our
Yeah.
arms, so I had a
Yeah.
picture of it. It's on my
Yeah, that's a big
background.
deal.
my computer
Yeah.
background.
Oh, that's awesome.
So every morning I
You
come
know,
in.
so go down through the line and tell us about what you guys do for work.
Okay.
Start with you, Nick.
So I've been working at Yamaha Triumph KTM of Camp Hill for 8 years now. I started
You
out
got a
as
website and phone number you want to throw out or what?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is it on in your
But,
hair somewhere?
it's in my head. You can't see it. So I've been working there for about 8 years now. I started out as just wrenching, and then eventually somehow I'm a service manager, so I get to deal with all the goodness. So
So you work at a motorcycle dealership. You're a perfect example of a guy at a dealership that goes to a race,
Yep.
and you know about. Now, tell your boss. In what capacity did he work with Keith? I mean, was he involved in motocross at some point?
he did motocross and street race, or motorsport, just like we are right now. But I guess he was on Kajiva back in the day.
really?
Like
Wow.
old stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot. He talks about it a little bit here and there, but usually when we're talking about it, we're drinking, so I usually forget some of the stories. But he used to work for them, and he worked for Yamaha for a little bit, and then ended up coming from California all the way out here and opened up a shop, and he's been doing it ever since. He's 25 years, I think, now.
Wow, that's great. So let's go down the line. Chris, tell us what you do. What you do for work, and
I'm a Honda Master Technician. I've been doing it since 2007.
you're a Honda Master Technician
Automotive.
at a dealership.
I was at a dealership.
Okay.
I left the dealership now. I work with my guy who actually mentored me back when I first started, Harkin Service Center. Yeah.
1-800.
But I mean, the boss man, he like knows that I love doing this stuff. He actually let me out early so I can come down here and get here early. I've been doing it for 13.
Wow.
13 years, 14 years, something like that. But yeah, so I fix stuff for a living.
So I have an important question for you,
For sure,
Chris.
yeah.
So I don't know if you know that I live in Ohio. I live east of Columbus. Have you ever been to Marysville?
Marysville, Pennsylvania.
Marysville, Ohio, where they make Honda Civics and Honda
No,
Accords.
I've never been there.
You know about the
And
plant
Gold
being
Wings,
there, right?
No.
Oh, their plant.
The only
it's
thing I
big.
know about
and
is
Gold Wings, yes.
Mount Laurel. They actually sent me there for a Honda school multiple times. That's in New Jersey. It's like, I don't know,
Right.
North New
I
Jersey.
drove
or
through there
whatever.
on the way out.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I know. I mean, I just went to work. I worked on them and kind of didn't really do too much research on them.
No, that's okay. I end up always stumping people along the way.
Yeah.
It's too much information, is what it is. I don't know.
I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, so I mean, I love it. I did work with Duke for a while over the Yamaha shop. I sold bikes. I loved it. It just selling is a little different than working on them. So I mean, I'd rather
Selling's a little different than working, period.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Don't
So
confuse
yeah,
the two.
so yeah. So but yeah,
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah,
every day.
that's cool.
Mine's actually the least interesting.
No, it could be the most. I'm
I
gonna
used,
ask.
I used to work with him actually at Honda.
Okay.
But I got out of that and I work as a forklift operator at Ward Trucking. It's an East Coast freight company.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I've heard
they
of
actually
Ward.
go up to Columbus.
Well,
So
yeah, I've
Yeah.
probably seen their trucks. What kind
Yeah.
of forklift? What brand is it?
we use Toyotas.
Thank
and
you.
Nissans.
I'm a Toyota fan. That's all the only cars I drive.
Yeah.
I love Toyota forklifts.
Nice. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So now, look, you were born on July 13th. You live in Columbus, and you'd like somebody to send you a freaking
Toyota
Toyota.
forklift to go with my
There you go.
Avalon and my
Yeah,
Tacoma.
why not?
So
That's
Have
amazing.
you have an Avalon and a Tacoma?
yeah,
that's
yeah.
It's the best of both worlds right
Yeah.
there.
Well,
So they're like almost Yamaha to you. Kind
Well,
Yeah, they are.
so
Do you have a
I don't know,
tattoo?
Nick, do you know the
Oh.
story?
I know that they're somewhat, yes.
They own part of
Yes,
each other.
yes.
So Toyota the Toyota 2000 GT was built by Yamaha, which was the James Bond car that looks kind of like a Jaguar.
Yeah.
And over the years, the Taurus SHO
Yep,
was a
Yamaha motor.
Yamaha.
Yep.
God,
Yeah.
you know a lot of shit that
Well,
you just like,
No, I think it's. I always like
Yeah.
hearing his stuff when he knows. I wish I had that.
you listen to the podcast just to hear his crap.
Oh, I love it.
No, he waits for Paul to say,
No,
"Shut up,
I tried to come up with something to like stump him about him. You know, in the beginning, like, have you ever heard of something? But I couldn't come up with anything.
I can
good,
tell you some
so.
stuff he didn't know much about.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Maybe one of them is how to shut up.
You definitely don't know that.
That's one thing. I can throw myself under the bus pretty easy. So
Yeah, he didn't know how to shut up.
so you. Let's see. You worked with Nick and
Chris,
and Chris. Oh, Chris
never worked
and
with
Chris.
Nick,
You
no.
worked with Nick.
Yeah.
That's how you guys all know each other.
We used to work in a warehouse back in the day. That's how me
Okay.
and him,
Yeah.
and then we kind of just branched off of that. So
Because Harrisburg isn't like a small community. Did you all go to the same school?
No,
Not
not at all.
Okay.
Not even close.
Are you around the same age?
Yeah.
I think Duke's the
I'm the oldest. I'm the
Duke's the
oldest
old
guy.
guy.
I'm the
Okay.
antique.
Good old granddad over here.
I gotta die on this. Make it look
41.
Good. 41.
That's not old.
I feel
Sean's way older than that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm almost 41.
And then you have some more in your group. There's some other guys. If you want to shout out,
Yeah, Mark Sherman.
Sherman.
And
Jason
Jason
Neff.
Neff, Miguel Garcia.
Yeah,
I mean
he's
they're
out.
all
Miguel will be here tomorrow.
they're all great guys. They're not here right now, but
Miss them.
they have personal things they got to get done. And,
Right.
Next year.
What is it? Mark? Mark also has a Yamaha, doesn't he?
He does.
Yes.
Okay, or
Yep.
he did. I know.
Yeah. He's told it to build a house with him and his new girl. So,
Oh, okay.
so he's
Yeah.
down a bike, but he'll get him another one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. You guys all ride.
Yeah.
Obviously you do, and you did have a bike.
I
Chris.
did. I recently sold it not too long ago. But
To buy my beer.
to borrow the beer for this guy over here for losing all these bets. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I miss. Her name was Gabrielle.
Oh,
Beautiful bike.
She's beautiful.
Oh, you had a name?
Yeah, we name all
You
of
have
our
to name
bikes.
your bike. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things.
Mine's
you have to
Abigail right now.
do. Yeah.
Abigail.
I had a Jennifer, a Sophia.
Oh, jeez, you guys.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
got pretty eyes, nice
here-
tails.
Do you know the name of the Westby bike?
Goldie, right?
Yeah, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Goldie is
Yeah.
for short. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. Nice.
Did you name it?
No, I had nothing to do with it. I don't name motorcycles. I don't know. I don't want to get that intimate with them.
I think I treat my motorcycles better than I treat my girlfriend. She'll probably tell you that. I won't lie to you. It's just something about it. Like
That's
we have that bond, And
Yeah.
I was going to say, any in your group, not even the guys that aren't here, married?
I am.
You're married, Chris.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How does that work for you? Or did the boys
Oh,
get in
my
the way of
gosh.
things?
Oh,
This is the perfect time.
Yeah,
This
no,
is the
so
perfect
How does
time.
that work? So, how deep are we going?
Well,
Wait,
you know how
no,
to go.
this is a good
You go as
show.
far as you want.
No,
Yeah,
you
so-
opened up a great
so
story.
Yeah, it is.
so,
All right, let's hear it.
2013. I was set to get married on a date. So we had saved the dates, everything like that.
Oh, no.
Set. I had the magnets. Everything was paid for. They came in the house, and I see the date. And I was like, that's New Jersey Motorsports Park race weekend. I can't get married on that date. It's like my heart just dropped. I mean, it's like one of those things of like, that's like, just like we said earlier, this is like my family. Like I love being here. And so my wife, Daya, the most amazing woman in the world, we can change the date.
Wow.
So
Might have been easier if you had us change.
I know.
Knew you guys that well. We would have called you.
So that being said, so she changed the date and to August 23rd, 24th, 25th weekend. And what is that now?
Which day is it?
Pittsburgh weekend.
That's Pittsburgh weekend.
It's actually 24th, but August 24th is. So now it happens to be Pittsburgh weekend. So last year in Pittsburgh was my 5th year wedding anniversary, and she was so nice. She's like, "Just go, have fun. I want you to have fun." And she lets me
That's the
go.
sweetest
So
wife ever.
yeah, so she's a sweetheart. She lets me do all
I
this
met
stuff.
her on Facebook.
Yes. So you actually said about the bets. You should start letting her bet for me because she's smarter than me.
And I also
Honestly,
said that there's no way you should have her.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen.
Everyone's allowed to get lucky. Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I
Blind
met
squirrel
her.
finds a nut.
Yeah, exactly. And Brian Spoil finds a night.
I'm trying to remember if I met her or if she has she been to the races?
No.
She's not been to the
I
races
guess I've
yet.
seen her on Facebook, but I was
Yeah.
like, man, I mean, you did outkick your coverage a little bit. You know that.
Yeah, I've got a tattoo right here. So I mean, she's always with me. Like
that's awesome.
But yeah, she's amazing. She supports everything that MotoAmerica does. Like we actually FaceTime with her in Pittsburgh actually, and she was wearing a MotoAmerica shirt. Like she loves all the races. She's never met them in person, but she knows about them. She knows that they're good guys. You know, she supports everything about it. So
in the time that you guys have been coming to New Jersey Motorsports Park, which you said was 2009, you managed to meet a lovely lady. You got married in that time, and you were among these guys, the CFE, the entire time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
How did you manage to work that out? There's not enough time in the day.
You just keep good people next to you. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Okay.
You know? Good people, you just keep them close.
And why are these flies? Is it a New Jersey thing?
It is a Jersey thing.
Yeah,
it's a Jersey thing.
I thought it was an outback of Australia.
No, I think
Seriously, I want those corks hanging from my freaking hat.
you know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
It's straight. If you're in the outback, not where real people live, but like they have these hats and then they have strings with corks. So when you move your head, it keeps the flies away from your face.
Nice.
I need them right here in the media center.
I'm also told if you just put your hand up, they'll go to the highest point, but I don't know if that's true. I know it works with like
I
little
just stand
mats,
by you and I'll go to your head.
Yeah, there you go. Just stand where you go.
We had a lot of flies in school, and I'd do that, but the teacher would always call on me.
Dude, the teacher probably hated you.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, you sure that's 2 + 2 is 4?
I did get grounded one time because I told a teacher she was wrong. That didn't go well. That was she was 100% wrong.
Nice.
We have these conference
Hey,
calls at work.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you ever go to traffic school, there's one guy that asks a bunch of questions that makes it go
This is
twice.
it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
him.
I got you.
Like the conference call will almost be over, and he'll,
Chime in one more thing.
chime in at least one more thing,
And then it just keeps going.
And I'll like text him saying, "Shut."
The greatest thing is at the end of the meeting, Richard Varner, who is one of the partners, he's
Love
the
that guy.
CFO chief. Yeah, you guys know he's around. He's always here, and he's great about being with the public. He always asks, "Anybody have anything to add?" And go around the room and you ask me. Of course, I have to say something. I'm not gonna say I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all good here.
I say I'm good.
Yeah, he says he's good, and I'm like, he dreads it so much. Even though we're not in front of each other, I'm like, oh, wait for this part, and I can hear him just like, oh, geez, this is happening.
Do you guys
again,
sit on the opposite side of the room?
Well, he's on the phone because he's in
yeah, because
Ohio.
I'm in Ohio.
That's how you
He's coast to
Yeah, it's on a
coast.
call,
Gotcha.
so I know he's gonna.
Oh, if we were in the same office, it would be
at least
hard.
I could kick him.
Oh yeah, it's true.
So have you ever been to his house or vice versa?
No,
Never. Really?
No, I mean, in fact, his dad's the greatest guy ever. I mean,
I remember
World
the
250. Yeah, that's
I remember
what
the whole podcast with it.
We had a good time with him and David Anthony, which was kind of funny. 3 generations. Well, I guess David Anthony could almost be your son, or is he?
David Anthony?
I'm sure there's like
That's the F in the CFP. We figured it out.
That's funny. He's going right in the face now.
That was good.
Every once in a while, I can get him worked out. Well, he gives it to me all the time. I got to throw it back sometimes. So absolutely.
How old's David Anthony?
He seems, his number's 25. I thought maybe he was probably 25. I figured that.
Eternally.
Eternally 25. Exactly. Do you guys, so you're kind of into Yamaha, guys. So Sam Verterico, I talked to him today.
Yeah.
That bike he's got is pretty, it's got all the forks on it, and it's he claims it's World Superbike levels. So you a Verterico fan? You dig on that guy?
We love everybody. I
Yeah.
mean,
We seriously
there's absolutely
do.
nobody that we don't like.
We used to do a lot of judging and
Hating.
hating. I said a lot of nasty Suzuki comments in that winner circle out there, and maybe I still mean it. I don't know, but
You mean it. You
I
don't
mean it.
say
I just
anymore.
don't say anymore because I have respect for the rider, and he's risking. We always say all these guys right here risking their life for us to have a great weekend. People around us have a great weekend, and without them, we have nothing. Seriously. So.
Sure.
I mean, it's so cool because, they ride around, they've got their leathers on, they've got their helmets on, but when they take their helmets off, they're like regular people and very accessible, as you guys said. So it's just an awesome sport for that.
sure,
to be
yeah,
able
It
to-
really is.
You're a kindler, gentler El Duque.
I think I don't know if maybe it's the age. Maybe that's what it is.
Therapy, maybe.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of therapy going on right now.
it's a 12-step program.
I can get El Ducacino out here.
That's his cousin. He was here last year.
He's a Suzuki fan
Yeah.
too.
So
that's
if you would have
funny.
seen
It's
that
all
guy out there last year when Roger Hayden won, even though Cameron was winning the championship, I had a Suzuki shirt on and a hat, but I had a mustache.
Oh, I remember that.
That was El Ducacino. Hey, you know, so we had to show some love for. I said I told Roger if he would ever win, you know, and go out that way because he was leaving, I said I got something for you.
Yeah.
So he loved it, and even Tony loved it. That's when he gave us the champagne and poured it. That was the first time that Tony showed us some good love.
Yeah, and
It was good to see Tony give us that. You know,
Did you get, how did Pittsburgh go with Tony? Still
Yeah.
feeling the love or
No,
not?
listen. It's all gonna be good, and I believe there's 4 races left, and I don't want to curse or anyone, but there's 4 races left. So Cameron, I
it's
think
tight.
Cameron's still
it's very tight through all the classes.
things
actually,
have to
so-
happen for Cameron to do it, but I believe it's gonna happen.
That's Stefano Mesa out there, and it's the craziest I've ever seen him. These guys have that effect on people. So was that nuts? He looked like a chupacabra.
There's a devil out there.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a
that's what he was.
Yeah, the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil.
I mean, that
Very
right there
humble
shows
guy.
you that,
Very
like, you know,
humble guy.
Yeah.
like that's Stefano Mesa. You know, he's one of the fastest guys out there, and
He's a good guy.
yeah, very, very good guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, in Pittsburgh, he had some bad things happen, but
I rubbed his back at Pittsburgh, try to work out some of the
Nice.
kinks for him.
Before or after the crash?
it was
before.
after. It was after actually. Well, maybe before. I don't know.
I did a little bit of both.
I mean, he did go missing for a minute, but
That's what happens.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, just
I got good knee pads.
One of the things that's funny about Stefano Mesa, we were going to have him on the podcast,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do it because of pretty much the same reason that you guys couldn't sometimes do a
Yeah.
podcast. He has a normal job.
Yeah.
He works for a machining company or something.
No,
I
he
think.
works for a pharmaceutical company.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
You're probably thinking about Jackson Blackman, doesn't he? Doesn't he do machining?
With his
His
dad.
dad does, yeah, finish line
It's
machine.
like out back.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys have regular jobs
exactly.
like you guys do. And tell me, how about Super Sport? What do you think is going to happen with that? Predict how that's going to go because it's pretty close.
I'll tell you, at the beginning of the season, I thought Hayden was just going to run wild on it, but it's not happening. It would really be nice to see Bobby win. Seeing him multiple times on the podium just bummed out, because nothing's clicking for him.
Yeah.
And right now he has everything clicking.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
And it's great to see him smiling and having fun. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Bobby all the way.
Are you going to go, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys too?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir.
honestly, like, I love seeing Hayden smile too. Pittsburgh wasn't a very good track for him this year. PJ, I don't know. You know what I mean? But for some reason, I have a feeling that McFadden is going to be up there at some point this week. He's going to be on a podium this week. I'm calling it right now.
He
That'd be
looked
nice.
good at Pittsburgh. He did well.
But Hayden or Bobby, it doesn't really matter to me. Like just seeing one of them guys up there, winning the championship, I'm fine with that. So yeah, Bobby.
It's very close. I think it's like 19, maybe it's 20 points. I think it's between 3 riders right now. I think it is.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like that.
11 from
very
first to
close.
second.
Yeah, it's
The only one is really the Liqui Junior Cup is, it could
That
get
one,
wrapped
yeah.
up. The rest of them are kind of,
Yeah, they're tight.
and it probably, if Dallas Daniels would have continued racing in the
sure.
series, it would have
Would've
been
been
a little different
I
story.
wish-
So,
see.
I wish that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
sad.
it's a bummer. Yeah. What do you guys think of the Twins Cup class? Do you?
I won't lie to you. I think
Very
that's
tight.
one of my favorite ones right
I
now.
agree. It's
I
awesome.
thought you were going to
isn't
say
it?
you hated it.
No, I
No?
remember. I think it was like when they ever first started. I don't know what year ago or 2 year, whatever it was.
Last year, yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
There was like 8 people here.
Right.
8 people. Now it was like 45 at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's just amazing to see, and it's all like, they're all close, and you know what they're doing. It's all ages, which is really cool to see.
Yeah,
You
this
got-
guy's 50
yeah,
and
yeah, and then you got,
16.
You got
yeah,
Dumas
exactly.
out there. He's
Yeah.
like, like 16 or 17 now?
16.
Yeah, so
It's-
it's crazy
it's
to
just-
Maybe
see.
17 by now.
Yeah.
It's very
And then Michael
amazing.
Barnes.
Yeah, Michael
He's
Barnes.
like
Yeah.
94, I think.
I thought
he's that old.
He's 95 next week.
Yeah. Oh, 95.
Oh, he could actually be David Anthony's father, I guess.
or you. Speaking of 95,
That's all for that.
you just made me think of 95. I don't know if it was last year, but You did it. Tell us about with JD.
Oh, yeah.
What you guys did in the
Yeah.
winner's circle.
And this has to be the last story.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
No,
Yes.
all right.
No,
great.
JD Beach, honestly, like that kid, he is probably like one of the hardest workers out there. Like you can put him on any bike, I think, and he would be successful.
Super cool. So
Yeah.
But he's one of the people that you would actually see just walking from his van to like the paddock or whatever, and he would stop and walk back to you and say hi.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we want people to come out here. Like that's what we want. You know what I mean? But JD is so cool, so humble.
Tell us about what you did. Was it here when he clinched
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Talk
Clinched the
about
win.
it. Tell
Yeah,
us
he
for these
clinched-
people that
Yeah.
what you guys did.
We thought, hey, we were like, we want to come up with a surprise, and we kept telling JD, like, hey, man, we got something for you. Just keep doing what you're doing. We got something for you. So we went out and we got online, and I got some wigs, and
I remember
we
that.
all put the wigs on, and it was just a hit. It really
was a massive hit.
Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know, but it
He
definitely
ended up
worked.
wearing his all day long.
I felt cooler with it on. So
Yeah.
I love how JD Beach showed
Yeah, yes, exactly. Either that or you were a pirate. One or the other, right?
He's got some nice hair.
Not really sure yet.
All right, we got to
awesome.
wrap this up.
Okay.
Thank you guys for stopping
Yeah, you
by.
guys were
Thank
great.
you guys.
I know you had to take a little
Seriously.
time off work.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to miss work. It just
Got-
sucks to
We
not
got
be
one
there.
more thing to do. We
Yes.
really do. We want to thank Terry, Chuck, Wayne,
Richard,
Richard, everyone. Thank you. You all your guys for making this happen, and don't give up. We're gonna be here. We're gonna fight for you guys.
that's awesome.
Love it.
All those techs out there, all the racers, every single one of them, keep going hard, guys. Seriously, it's amazing. This like we look forward to coming here every single year, whether it's one race a year, or 2 races a year, or all of them. You know what I mean? It's
Don't give up the podcast, please.
yeah.
I listen
Keep
to
them going.
Sean's this close to crying right now.
We'll
so
keep
I-
it. I'm pretty emotional.
I
Yeah,
can
I'm
tell.
worked up.
I
I
can
can
tell.
barely form my words, but
Let's
yeah.
just try to get
Look
them
at
to cry though.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
you
Thank
guys
you guys
are-
for
you
having
guys
us.
are awesome.
Seriously.
It's all right.
All right, thanks guys for
Thanks.
listening. We'll see you next time.